Well, what a year for Top Thrill 2 and Zamperla. I don't think anyone thought that this ride would have this much uptime throughout the entire 2025 season. So, my question is, what does this mean for not only the future of Cedar Point, but also the Six Flags chain in general when it comes to working with Zamperla? There's so much to get into, so let's get into this. My name is Theme Park Brandon, and I'm really glad you're here. And as you know, Top Thrill 2 is not only a phenomenal coaster, in fact, it's my favorite coaster at Cedar Point. Yes, judge me if you want. I prefer it over Magnum, Steel Vengeance, Maverick. What I love about Top Thrill 2 is the adrenaline that you get, the feeling that I get after you ride it. It's unlike any other feeling out there. And I just crave more and more and more. Top Thrill 2 has the two best, in my opinion, elements in this that you're going to find at Cedar Point. The top hat as well as the back spike. But from only opening 6 days in 24, right? And everyone, including myself, was like, what's going to happen in 25? Obviously, I'm kind of glad Top Thrill 2 had a very horrible year in 24. Because it brought us arguably a top 5 coaster at Cedar Point and Siren's Curse. Because if Top Thrill 2 had a better year last year, then I guarantee you Cedar Point would not have gotten Siren's Curse. They would have went to a different park. I mean, Carowinds would have been a great fit, but who knows? What do I know? I'm just some 42-year-old guy from Ohio. But when it comes to what Zamperla is able to do, you got to give them credit. Hats off to you guys. You guys kicked ASS on it. Fantastic job on getting this ride figured out, the problems figured out, and for this ride to be able to operate at over 70% for 2025. Now, in past videos, you can go back and fact check if you want, but I said the goal for Cedar Point this year is they need to at least get 60%. It's like 60 or 65%, one of the two. It surpassed that, so I'm thrilled. And I know I've made videos where people are like, oh, you just hate on Cedar Point, Zamperla. No, I'm just sharing my thoughts. I want the ride to be successful. I want Zamperla to be successful. But when it comes to this ride, it had a lot of downtime. As a content creator, I'm going to create content regarding the downtime and share my thoughts. And if you couldn't tell, I really do love Top Thrill 2. I mean, obviously the shirt I'm wearing as well as the poster behind me. Check all my merch out on themeparkbrandon.com. Really do appreciate it. But I'm really intrigued by the future, and here's why. Zamperla can make an amazing ride. Top Thrill 2, the trains are great. It's smooth, it's fun, it's enjoyable. Yes, the silver train's a little shaky, but for the ride being able to operate the way it did and the magnitude of this ride, the 120 miles an hour, 420 feet, two different pieces of the ride, or sections of the ride, 420 feet. It's crazy. 3 launches. The wear and tear on that launch track is crazy, by the way, because before, with Top Thrill Dragster, there was only 1 launch, and that's it. With Top Thrill 2, it's the 177 mile an hour launch, I think it is, or 72. You go up and then you go back to 100 miles an hour or 101 miles an hour and then reverse the 120. I am really interested in seeing how this plays with other rides in the Six Flags chain. I'm looking at U-Accelerator. Obviously that ride has had some downtime. I made a really cool video. You can check it out here about how they could extend Accelerator's layout and making it a much better ride with, reimagining it. That would be really cool. And that's really the only hydraulic launch coaster in the chain, I believe. And who would have thought that RMC started this whole entire craziness of transforming older rides that are boring or high downtime and making them a much better ride with converting them into a hybrid coaster, or in this case a triple launch strata coaster for Zamperla. It's awesome. But for Zamperla to move forward with more projects, I'm very curious to see what they have in store. I think we will definitely see a ground up Zamperla major coaster come to a Six Flags park. by 27, 28. Well, we already know what's coming to. I would say by 28 for sure. These things can do a lot. Airtime, inversions, launches, obviously. The ground up rides obviously won't be as big as Top Thrill 2, but we're talking really awesome looking layouts, as you can see right here from Zamperla's YouTube channel. This would be a fantastic ride for most parks in the Six Flags chain. I'm very thrilled for Zamperla. For what I've been told, their customer service with Cedar Point, working with them around the clock with Top Thrill 2, has been nothing but exceptional. And knowing that, I'm sure Zamperla is going to have a very bright future in the chain. They can do family coasters, they can do high thrill coasters. I personally would love to see what Zamperla can do for a smaller version of Top Thrill 2, but have it be 200 some feet tall, a couple inversions, a reverse spike. Those trains are phenomenal, guys. Like, they're so freaking comfortable. They're my favorite trains I've ever sat in. I love them. I just, if Zamperla would work again with Cedar Point, that begs the question as to, there's a lot of places in the park where they can build this ride. I don't think it's going to be this next coaster, obviously. I think that's going to be a family coaster of some kind in the Snake River Falls plot of land. Maybe an extreme spinner or a mock rides thrill coaster, but one of those three. I wish it was a wooden coaster. If you agree and did think Cedar Point deserves and needs a ground up, amazing, awesome GCI wooden twister, give the video a like. Let me know in the comments. Say GCI in the comments. But for them to be able to build a major ride at Cedar Point, I think you're looking at a couple spots. I predict it could be the Corkscrew plot. Corkscrew's days are numbered, obviously. Iron Dragon's plot of land. Rougarou's plot of land. I mean, you have a major plot of land right there. A lot of cool things that Zamperla, or in this case, any coaster manufacturer can work with. But the one area that I'm really kind of, I hate to say it, but it kind of makes me think that the end is coming sooner than most of us think or want. I think Gemini can get removed soon. I think that, honestly, I think the next 10 years, we are going to see a lot of shocking changes come out of Cedar Point. I really do. I mean, when you think about it, Cedar Creek Mine Ride, Iron Dragon, Corkscrew, Magnum even. They're not going to remove Magnum, I don't think. I think they'll retract it, but that ride's up there in age for sure. Corkscrew, if I didn't say that already. Iron Dragon, Rougarou. There's a lot of coasters that could potentially get removed from the park. And we know Cedar Point's obviously not, they don't shy away from doing that. So seeing what the park looks like in 10 years, I think there's definitely going to be another Zamperla coaster, as well as a family Vekoma multi-launch coaster. It's all over the surveys. I think it just makes perfect sense for Cedar Point to go along with a mock extreme spinner. That is how you make Cedar Point like top notch and higher, even a better overall coaster lineup. So again, Top Thrill 2, over 70% of the operating days or operating hours it operated. That's insane. Like, pretty much every day the ride was open. It wasn't even like down for more than a couple days at a time. So kudos to Cedar Point maintenance team, Cedar Point's team working with Zamperla, as well as obviously the operations team, the Top Thrill 2 crew. You guys are phenomenal. Cedar Point's a great park. Go out. Obviously, most of you have already been there, but if you haven't, go check it out. And did you know that riding coasters, like my slogan says, keep riding coasters, is actually healthy for you? So get out to your local theme park and start riding rides. It's going to boost your health. And this video at the bottom of your screen is going to give you 10 reasons why riding a coaster can benefit your life for the better. With that being said, what's your thoughts on Top Thrill 2? Now that I'm sure a lot of you have already been on it, where does it rank for you at Cedar Point and in general? Let me know in the comments. As always, guys, this is Theme Park Brandon. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.